Hello, everyone, and welcome to God Speaks Today. Happy Wednesday to everyone. I am excited to be with you today. If this is your first time watching, I'm Deborah Gaston, and this is the time that I love to come on to just encourage you, wherever you are in your walk with the Lord, to stay the course. I am. I wear many hats, but I really believe that the most important thing that I can say about myself is that I am a child of God. I am an heir, joint heir with Christ, heir of God, joint heir with Christ, that I am a son of God. And I believe that part of my calling is to encourage people to grow in their relationship with God through His Word. We want to always be working towards a deeper, more intimate relationship with Him. And that's what He desires for us. And I like to come on every Wednesday to encourage you, again, wherever you are in your walk, stay the course. God has so much more for you that He desires. But more importantly, as you grow to know who He is, who He truly is, and allow Him to reveal Himself to you, He will begin to reveal you to you, so that you can walk in purpose and destiny as He has always purposed us to. And I'm so excited about today. There's so many things that are going on in our lives, and I know I must not, cannot be the only person who has been believing for some things and believing for some things and standing on the word of God and seeing, standing on the covenant that we have with Him to see some things manifest, and they have yet to manifest. Understand how the enemy tries to discourage you when you are standing on something year after year after year after year, and you're not seeing the full manifestation of what you know God has promised and God has spoken, whether it's physical healing, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, or open doors of opportunity. There are those things that we're believing for. And as year after year goes without the manifestation of those things, of course, discouragement can set in. And where our expectation had been high, we may not even know it, but our expectation has almost flatlined. I won't say totally gone, but it has almost flatlined. But we still show up and we still do the things, but we're really somewhere deep inside thinking, I don't, I'm not sure this is going to happen. And I don't know if that's you. If you've been there, you are there. I want to encourage you today, but I also want to help you understand that along with the manifestation of those things that Jesus has promised you comes a new level of responsibility. We hear the saying over and over again, it's a new day, it's a new day. It really is a new day, but we have to own our own part in seeing some things happen in our lives that we have been believing for. So today we're going to look at a familiar story. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible. A familiar story, John 5. I'm going to read verses 1 through 9, and I'm reading from the New King James Version. And it says this: After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now, there is in Jerusalem a sheep gate, a pool which is called in Hebrew Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a multitude of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain time into the pool and stirred the water. Then whoever stepped in first after the stirring of the water was made well of whatever disease he had. Now, a certain man was there who had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he'd already been in that condition a long time, he said to him, Do you want to be made well? King James says, Wilt thou be made whole? The sick man answered him, Sir, I have no one to put me in the pool when the water is stirred, but while I am coming, another steps down before me. Jesus said to the man, Rise, take up your bed and walk. And immediately the man was made well, took up his bed, and walked. It is a new day. And I know we hear it over and over again, but each day you wake up is a new opportunity. It's a new day. I need you to let those words resonate in your spirit. It is today a new day. Whatever yesterday looked like, whatever your past has been, no, now is new. The new is now, a new beginning, a fresh start, and it is today. The reality of these words rests in our ability to respond accordingly. We must know that it is so. Not because things necessarily look or feel different, but because we trust and believe what our Father says. And if we trust and believe what He says and has said, then we must live in the reality as if it is true. It is a new day. We must develop a totally new way of seeing, a new way of thinking, a new way of speaking, a new way of being. We must rise up in faith, live in this new place, and respond to the world around us in new and different ways. It's only new if we dare to believe it's new, if we dare to be new. It's our choice. So in John 5, verses 1 through 9, we read of a man, the man at the Pool of Bethesda, who had been crippled for 38 years. He was crippled, he was impotent. He, along with a multitude of infirm people, would lie at the Pool of Bethesda. Bethesda means the house of grace, the house of mercy, the house of outpouring, the house of healing. And they would wait, and he would wait day in, day out, in, month out, year in, year out, in hope that the next time the waters were stirred, the waters were troubled, he'd be the first to make it in and be healed. But each time the waters were troubled, someone else just as eager to be healed stepped over him, stepped on him, shoved him aside, and made their way into the water. And I would imagine that each time his hope waned just a little bit more. Perhaps by now, after years and years and years, he inwardly had given up any hope of being healed at all. Now I want you to think, what has God shown you? What have you been waiting for? Do you truly still believe that God is going to manifest that thing? Or has disappointment and discouragement convinced you that just perhaps it's not going to happen for me? But you don't say that out loud, and you don't say it to other people. You just keep showing up, doing what you've been doing, right? He continued to do the same thing he'd always done. He came and he waited. But one day, Jesus, the true pool of Bethesda, came. And the Bible tells us that Jesus saw the man and knew his condition. That word saw doesn't mean he just saw this physical body. That means he saw into the man. He recognized him. He understood him completely. He saw beyond his crippled state. He saw beyond the years of hopelessness and helplessness. He saw into the core of this man, and he knew the man, the one that the Father had created him to be long before he was born. He knew him. He singled him out. Jesus made the first move. Then came the question, wilt thou be made whole? The Amplified Version reads this way. It says, are you really earnest about getting well? Now, I used to wonder why Jesus would ask a question like that. I mean, it seems obvious. The man is in a place where he's supposed to get healing. He's been sick in this condition for 38 years. Why else would he be here? But I've also learned over the years that Jesus does not ask irrelevant questions. He wants the man to really think, are you serious about this healing? Are you really ready to be made whole? Or you could ask, are you really ready to receive this financial boom that you're waiting for? Are you really ready to step into the doors that you say you want open for you? Are you really ready to deal with the emotional and mental stuff that may be blocking you? Stop and think about that. Are you ready now to really be made whole? Do you want it so badly, so deeply, that you will do whatever is necessary on your part to see it through? And more importantly, are you willing to accept the changes and the responsibility that result from being made whole? That word made well or made whole means to heal, to be sound, to be whole, to be healthy, to be restored. Are you really ready for all that comes with that? You see, we can make excuses and we can give reasons, but we don't always recognize that change of responsibility and position come with wholeness. And that's a whole nother message probably. But let's get back to the man at the Pool of Bethesda. Jesus, I love the way Jesus operates. The man says, but I don't have anybody to help me. I don't have anybody to help me. He's got an excuse. I don't have, and when I try to get there, people are stepping over me and pushing me out the way. I can't do it. And I don't have any help. Now, sometimes we just, what was once a reason now becomes an excuse, or we're depending on other people more than we're depending on the one, the only one who can really manifest the healing, change the circumstance, and change us in the process. So Jesus just bypasses this man's excuses, and he says to him emphatically, he commands him, get up, take up your bed, and walk. It was only a new day for this man if he chose to respond. And it's only some of the things that you're waiting for are contingent on your response. Some things I'm waiting for are contingent on my response. What did Jesus require of him? Get up. How could a lame man get up? The Lord said to him to do something. He's asking him to do something that up to this point was impossible for him to do. To embrace his new day, he had to be willing to do something new. He had to be willing to believe the impossible and then act in faith and obedience. What is God asking you to do that may seem impossible? And yet he's asking you to do it. Summon up all the faith and obedience to do what seems impossible for you to do. Then Jesus tells him, take up your bed. That bed, that mat represented his old life. It represented what was comfortable. It represents what was familiar. It was a reminder of his past. Jesus said, pick it up, because as long as it's there, it calls you back. And as soon as the challenges come and trouble hits you, or you fall, or you stumble, or you fail, you're going to want to retreat to that old place. I've done it. So Jesus is saying, I need you to pick it up because it no longer serves a purpose in your life because it's a new day. Then he tells him to walk. Again, Jesus was requiring this man do something that he had not been able to do before. The word walk in the Greek, it's peripateo, and it's found in the present imperative tense, which means continuous action. Walk. Don't stop walking. You are no longer bound to the past. New opportunities await you. Create a new path. You are no longer limited to this space. Get up and walk. Now, at this point, it was no longer about the waters being in trouble. It wasn't about having no one to help him get into the pool. This man now had a word from the Lord. All that was left for him to do was to respond in faith. And so God speaks to us today. He has singled you out. He has singled you out. He has made the first move, and he's already prepared this new day just for you. But what you also have to understand is with a new day comes new responsibilities. I can't beg. I'm not dependent on others anymore. I have to step into a new place of responsibility and relating to the world. And Jesus understood that. Change comes with healing and wholeness. Change comes with a financial breakthrough. Change comes with open doors of opportunity to do what God has called you to do. Change comes with promotion. Are you willing to accept the new place and the responsibilities that come with the change of circumstances? Are you willing to live out of this new place that God has prepared by healing, opening doors, and manifesting his promises for you? Again, he singled you out. He's chosen you. He's made the first move. He's prepared everything that you need. It's a new day. You are an heir of God, a joint heir with Christ. Dare to do what has seemed impossible. Leave the familiar and the comfortable. Create a new path and manifest his kingdom. Do it today. That's what that sense of walk is like. Do it now, do it now, do it now. Create that new path. Step fully into the new and live the abundant life that Jesus died for you to live. Summon up all that faith that is in you and no longer be willing to settle because it's become the norm. We can get comfortable with, we get comfortable in circumstances, even if we know that that is not the best that God has for us. But I need you to hear me today. It really is a new day. It's not just a saying. It's just not one of those little religious phrases that we like to tell to people. It's a new season. It's a new day. And we're singing it, but we really don't believe it. It is a new day. Be new and change the world, because life is flowing through you to do just that. I call you blessed, and I want you to remember who you are. You are sons, heirs, image bearers, worshipers. Live as those who are unconditionally loved by God and manifest his kingdom wherever you find yourselves. Step into your now. Step into your new. And I'll see you next time for God Speaks Today. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.